It's a lot for John Elliott to talk about today. And if you happen to be leaving for something this morning and you will not be returning home until this evening, John, that's sort of where the details on your forecast get important, because you're not necessarily preparing for the 50 degrees that you feel now if you're still going to be out at 6 or 7 o'clock tonight.
Oh, no, big changes. The other thing, too, events, I know there are a lot of events right now. It's Bagel Fest in the city. There's a big party going on at Citi Field. That gets underway mid-morning. I mean, it's going to feel okay to start, but even as that wraps up, with all of those delicious carbs, you're going to feel it. And if you're trying to get some raking done today, remember, wind is going to be an issue. So let's take you to the city and show you the skies. Skies are actually going to brighten up, in fact. It's interesting, you look at some of the cameras, we are going to see better visibility because the wind is going to be an ally in that regard. Wind out of the southwest at 11 miles an hour. Numbers right now so deceptive because the temperatures are going to continue to drop and retreat as we factor in the wind, and that will help. I mean, as far as getting rid of the wet sidewalks, the wind will help. But the average high is 54. We're right there right now. Remember, it's as warm as it's going to be today. It may fluctuate a degree or two before the dramatic drop this afternoon, but you've got to plan on it. Sunsets at 4:37, and you should see more sun by 4:37 with just a stray shower north and west. Widespread wind, stronger gusts possible for the Jersey Shore. We'll feel it out on the island, too. Here on the North Shore, and for the North Shore, you're going to be watching those waves. Radar and satellite, you can see if you find Scranton, look north, that's where you're going to see maybe a renegade leftover shower north and west, and even a few flakes for Sullivan Ulster. A lot of stuff, a lot of moving parts going on. Look at that. And yeah, hello Ontario. You've got snow, lake enhanced, in fact, for upstate New York through parts of Ontario. Rain chances are relatively meager, as we are going to see pretty static conditions. Wednesday into Thursday is our next chance. That's later Wednesday. I want to dive right into the 7-day just to show you the dramatic numbers. I mean, you're looking at 53, but it's so deceptive with the falling temperatures, and then those temperatures stay cool Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Real quickly, before we start baking and shaking here, I wanted to show you what we're thinking as far as food prices. This is a big story this week. Wells Fargo came out with this data that they're 2% less for a Thanksgiving meal this year. Data Assembly, that's another aggregator, 7% more. There was a story in the New York Post, maybe you saw, 23% more. There are a lot more retailer bundles. Walmart's leading the charge, but they changed the bundle ingredients for the Thanksgiving meal. Eric Levine is here. First off, how do I buy turkey? Should I buy it fresh? Should I buy it frozen? How do I save money?
Saving money, frozen. So that's the best way to do that. Also, instead of whole turkey, buy parts.
If I buy a whole frozen turkey, how long does it take to?
So it's going to be about 2 to 3 days in your refrigerator to defrost. You could also do it in a sink under running cool water.
What do you prefer?
Refrigerator all the time, because if you're running your water, you're spending your money. It's all going down the drain. But I prefer to, if it's a frozen turkey, leave it in your refrigerator 2 to 3 days, you'll be fine.
Let's brine it up. What do I have to do?
All right, so what you're going to do, so we have water. We actually use turkey stock in our brine, so you can add that in there, go all of that right in there. We add some garlic, salt, and sugar.
Would I add this much garlic?
Yeah, big flavor, build flavor, that's what you want. You want to get all that in there. Yep.
Okay.
Then you take some of your rosemary and thyme. You can take a little bit. Take the whole thing.
You're telling me right now I have thyme on my hands?
You have thyme on your side too.
No.
Yes. And then this is a combination of salt and sugar.
What's the breakdown? So
it is 3/4 salt, 1/4 sugar. Right. So we're going to get that in there. Right. And then you can buy whole turkey and break it down. You could put the whole turkey in there, or you could just buy legs and thighs.
That's how you save the money, if you kind of part it out, right?
Yeah, if you're buying whole turkey, if you're buying parts, you're definitely going to save there because you're not paying for the additional weight of the bones, right? So you're going right in there.
And then you just brine the bird. How long does it sit?
We like to, anytime we brine, we like to go anywhere between 24 to 48 hours, depending on how big of a piece of meat it is. So if we were brining the whole turkey as a whole, it's 24 hours.
Wow.
But when you break it down into parts, you go probably about, 48 hours for the whole, 24 for parts.
So you know what? I was
sitting there, absorb all the flavors, absorb the moisture in there, and then you roast it. So, and also when you're cutting it down, you're breaking down the leg, thigh, breast. it's going to take you about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, as opposed to 4 hours for a whole turkey.
So you know what this is about? This is why we're so happy that you're here, because you got to plan your calendar around the meal.
Right.
After the break, we'll talk more about this and kind of review this if you want to take some notes, but then we'll talk about some cool sides too. So man, am I glad you're here.
I'm glad to be here as well.
All right, so in education, I have no idea. I've never done this before, but we'll send it back to you guys if you're hungry at all back there in the studio.
You did a good job with your sous chef duties, John.
Eric made it easy for him.
Yeah, having not done it before. Thank you. We appreciate it.